Hi there, it's Friday again. It's been another great week in Mrs. Dilley's class, and we're gonna talk a little bit about it. First of all, Words Their Way tests. We had our first official Words Their Way test this week. Now, there's 3 groups for Words Their Way: Drawbridge, Turret, and Castle, and they all 3 take their test on Skyward. But I can't assign just the Drawbridge kids the Drawbridge test, or the Turret kids the Turret test, or the Tower kids the Tower test. I have to assign every test to all the kids. What you need to know is your child only takes 1 test, and then you're going to see 2 little asterisks or 2 little stars next to that. Just ignore those. Those are, anytime you see that, it means that that assignment is not being held against your child. It's like it was never there. That's called an exemption. And so it's not a big deal. If it shows up as a missing assignment, especially with spelling, it's not a big deal, I promise. Okay, moving right along. Midterms. The first midterm of the year is always the hardest one for me because we just don't have a lot of grades. We're still getting to know each other. We're still kind of figuring each other out. And especially in subjects like science and social studies and language, it's hard to get enough grades to really give a good picture of what your kids are capable of doing. So take those with a grain of salt for me, please. Next week, we have the NWEA test. This is going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's from 10 o'clock until 11 o'clock approximately each day. Not a big deal. We will talk about those results at parent-teacher conferences, but I did want to make you aware of those things. Math test. We were supposed to have the math test on Wednesday. That's not happening for 2 reasons. Number 1, these kids need more help with multiplication. If you have extra time, if you're wanting to help your child, you want to know what to do, 2-digit multiplication. That's where they need help the most. Number 2 is the NWEA testing. So we're pushing that back until Friday. So that test will be Friday of next week, which is September 11th. Okay, here this fall, Maple Grove PTO, who is amazing, I love them, they are bringing in Troy Cummings, who's an author. He wrote a book called The Notebook of Doom. There's a bunch of them. I only have 1 copy, and I would love to get a whole bunch for the classroom. I know that the kids will all get a copy, but I would like to, before he comes, I want them to be really familiar with his work. And so they sell these through Scholastic. They run about $4 a piece. So if you're looking to make a donation to the classroom and you've been wondering how to do that, that would be great. If you could send in a couple of dollars with your child and make a donation to our classroom library, you can do it that way. Or if you want to just buy a book from Scholastic, they're not in the book order this time, but I can still order them from Scholastic, not a big deal. So that would be a really awesome thing for our classroom so that we can have a bunch of copies of his books so that we can be familiar with them when he comes. We've actually been talking to him on Twitter this week, which has been really fun for the kids. They're really getting excited about reading, which makes me really happy. Last thing, coming up this Thursday, Maple Grove 101. I cannot recommend this PTO meeting highly enough. It tells you everything you need to know if you are a Maple Grove parent. There's going to be a whole section this time on Words Their Way and how it works and how you can help your kids at home. I cannot recommend highly enough. If you possibly can be there Thursday, 7 to 8 o'clock, you should definitely do it. Okay? I think that's all I have for you today. Everybody have a wonderful 3-day weekend. Stay safe, make wise choices, and I will see you on Tuesday. Bye.